so wahrscheinlich. Und somit herzlich willkommen in der zweiten Folge. Weil ich wahrscheinlich definitiv hier den zweiten Sitz
Maybe it was the cold, but after a few steps, Renado's optimism started to slump. What if Calaveras couldn't help? Did Renato dare use the Sky Ripper? Oh, he hated that he had chosen this path. It was so much simpler to rescue friends and attack enemies, even if some of those friends were more trouble than his enemies. Some of those enemies had been friends before and might be lovers after. No, okay, it wasn't all that much simpler, no. Physics made his brain hurt. That, at least he was sure of. Once you try it, you're hooked.
Ach ja. Jetzt gehen wir halt mal zu diesem Wissenschaftler-Ältesten. Wir sind mittlerweile in Kapitel 4, das heißt nur noch ein Kapitel und dann haben wir es geschafft. Dann würde ich sagen, hup, hup. So, zack, 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 zack. Was? Ach, hatte ich immer noch 8 Leben? Fuck. Oh nein, das habe ich vergessen. Oh oh. Aber jetzt habe ich 62 Leben. Nice. Wow, ich will hier weg. Wow. Ach, fuck. Ach, fuck. Ja, okay, ich bin tot. Ich hatte meine Kräfte nicht unter Kontrolle. Das muss ich zugeben. Es tut mir leid. Es tut mir wirklich, wirklich leid. Zack, 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 zack. Oh. Ja, ist okay. Tschüss, Leute, was ist los? Zack, geht doch. Mann. Also heute in der Aufnahmesession ist alles irgendwie.
The ravens who seemed everywhere all the time. Where did they hatch from? Were there giant raven hatcheries somewhere, or did they have families? He didn't want to think about raven mummies raising their darling raven chicks. Yeah, Calaveras would help. He would make Renato feel better about using the Sky Ripper. And then Renato wouldn't have to worry about ravens ever again.
Los, da kommt noch einer. Geh weg. Oh, verpiss dich. Zack.
Well, you should see the other guy.
Ich geh mal wieder. Sieht gut aus. Sieht gut aus. Sieht gut aus. Na, das ist nicht. Okay, das hat mir vielleicht weitergeholfen. Vielleicht bin ich auch nur einen Umweg gegangen. Man weiß es nicht. Ich weiß auf jeden Fall, dass ich jetzt ziemlich tot bin. Ach nein! Oh!
Ach, Wallabies.
Darauf habe ich gewartet, dass der angreift. Hä, Wallabies? Das sind doch Raben. Okay. Das habe ich jetzt nicht ganz verstanden. Damage. Was soll das? Oh. Zack. Das war doch mal ein guter Kampf. Ich brauche Leben. Es ist schön, dass ich Ärzte kriege, aber ich brauche Leben und Energie. Ich brauche aber Leben, keine Energie.
Oh, they really ought to put a railing on this thing, he thought.
Gib mir Leben. Leben! Ich brauch so ein Schwert, wo Leben regeneriert. Das wäre am besten. Glaub mir, das wäre am besten. Ich weiß, was gut ist. Kauf dir Leben, schwör! Ah, da will ich gar nicht hin. Okay, dann darf ich nicht. Obvious.
Give me a lever, said Archimedes,
Huh?
and I shall open a gate. Renato had been focusing all his energies on the Sky River.
Das habe ich jetzt nicht ganz.
Calaveras could not fix it. He'd be out of options. He would have to assault the Imperial fleet empty-handed.
Das habe ich jetzt echt nicht ganz kapiert.
Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours.
Erzähler, was lapperst du Lappersack, ey. Schon ein richtiger Lappersack. Oh, da steht er rum. Digga, was los?
Had never let him down.
Yeah, of course I can make it work better.
But when Renato explained about the strings, Calaveras grew thoughtful.
Oh, strings, you say? Well, the Arcana do speak of the ties that bind the world.
He drew many intricate symbols in the dirt.
Yeah, so, according to my calculations, each time you fire, I'm afraid there's a 1 in 120 chance you'll destroy the universe.
That's pretty good odds. That's like rolling, what, 21 dice and they all come up 6. What are the odds of that?
What? No! It's more like 2.716s in a row.
Anyway, with those odds, it won't happen if I use it just once.
What? No. That's so not right. Look, each time you use it... Okay, look. Just don't use it ever. At all, okay?
All right, I guess. As he sailed away from the mountains, Renato could see clouds darkening. Rain? No. Ships. Imperial ships, swarming thick as bees. This was it. The big battle. They could not afford to lose this one. What if it did not go well? What if he had to use the Sky Ripper? Could he gamble the universe? On the other hand, what were the odds of rolling 21 sixes in a row?
Hä? Das war jetzt gerade... Was? Also darf ich den jetzt Sky Ripper jetzt benutzen oder nicht? Ich verstehe es nicht. Das war jetzt zu viel. Auf einmal. Aber es ist immer das letzte Kapitel.
The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper. Or the Iblis Stone. Or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow. Or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case.
Nein, ich benutze den Skyripper nicht. Nein, ich nehme ihn nur mal mit zur
Renato
Sicherheit.
wondered idly if people who had built these poles had really long tentacles.
Totally worth, meine Freunde. Totally worth. Ich benutze den Skyripper nicht. Nein. Ich nehme nur mal zur Sicherheit mit. So, auf geht's. Keine Zeit zu verlieren. Es wird ja nicht so schlimm sein.
Renato hoped his mother wasn't watching.
Das Level hier ist eigentlich immer dasselbe. Man kämpft sich zu den Schiffen durch und dann wahrscheinlich zum letzten Schiff oder so. Ach shit. Aber eine andere Auswahl gehabt.
Those flames really bring out your eyes.
Das ist doch Kacke. Wozu sind die Kisten da, wenn da nichts rauskommt? Dann baut die doch nicht ein. Das macht man nicht. Dem Spieler falsche Hoffnungen geben. Mann. Das ging aber schnell.
Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because you'd had a streak of good luck.
Oh.
His gut told him that was wrong, though. And he always listened to his gut. On the other hand, 128 chances to win. But one of them, he'd destroy the universe. Ooh, that seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing the Sky Ripper. Maybe he could bluff, but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves, but you pretended you had a fizzbin. Well, that could work.
Was? Ich hab nicht gecheckt, was der Erzähler gerade von mir wollte. Ich war gerade abgelenkt. Ich habe darüber nachgedacht, ob es sinnvoll ist, diesen Sky Ripper einzusetzen. Oder das ganze Universum aufs Spiel zu setzen. Ich weiß es nicht. Ich hatte es nicht.
This was much easier than free climbing.
So. Oh, ein klein wenig. Und dann geht's schon. Wow. Wow, what the fuck. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Wo muss ich jetzt hin? Scheinbar nicht da lang, da geht es zu Zenobia. Da will ich ja anscheinend nicht hin. Oder nehme ich jetzt eine Abkürzung und ich fahre jetzt wohl ganz woanders hin. Wer weiß das schon? Wer weiß das schon? Ich weiß immer noch nicht, was die einzelnen... Ah, shit. Der war schon am explodieren. Fuck. Spiel. Okay, das macht Spiel. What the fuck? Das war gerade so eine epische Slow-Mo. Ich glaube, das Spiel hängt sich schon mal. What the fuck? Please, no! Häng dich nicht auf, Spiel. Nein!
Oh nein! Oh nein!
So, da das ein weiteres Mal abgestürzt ist, das Spiel, versuchen wir es jetzt erneut und diesmal sterben wir nicht. Ich habe volles Leben und vollste Hoffnung darauf, dass es klappen könnte. Oh shit. Ja, das fängt schon mal so an. Ja, das sieht schon mal besser aus. Oh, ah, shit. Ah, nee. Und zack, 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 zack. Zack. Ja. Ich habe diese qualvolle Ebene hier übersprungen.
He set up the Sky Ripper and let it warm up. He would bluff if he had to. Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or I know the odds. Good, because there's a real chance you could destroy the universe. No, not the first time I use it. The odds are too low. What? No? Yeah, sure. The first time, the odds are practically nothing. They only go up if I use it a bunch more times. No, but that's not how odds work. Didn't you pay attention in class? Now surrender, or I'll use it. Just once, he said. Don't. He felt sure the odds were with him. He had to go with his gut. That's what heroes do. Fire, he said. Please? The Sky Ripper fired. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. It was awesome. And then he noticed there was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger, and even larger. Crates fell upwards into it, and the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror, as it poured into the ravenous hole. Ah, 1 in 128. What are the odds? Thought Renato, and then everything fell into the hole and was gone. And just like that, he was alive again, and back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future, when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, but he'd learned another true thing. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Okay. Der Sky Ripper Kern ist instabil. So habe ich ein neues Geheimnis herausgefunden. Schauen wir kurz, was für eine neue Auswahlmöglichkeit uns erwartet.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of Destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course. Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Und damit, mit dieser Auswahlmöglichkeit, möchte ich mich bei euch verabschieden. Bis zum nächsten Mal, meine Freunde. Lasst ein Abo da und ein Däumchen werfen. Ciao!